Okay, Matches Malone, the world's greatest detective, the Caped Crusader. These names may not mean anything to you, but perhaps this one will, the Dark Knight. If you haven't figured it out, I'm talking about the Batman. Okay, so I'm not sure about you, but Batman is my favorite superhero, and by the end of the speech, he'll be yours as well. For those of you who don't know, Batman is the vigilante secret identity of Bruce Wayne, the CEO of Wayne Enterprises. As a child, his family went to a theater, and when leaving the theater, both his parents were shot dead. Batman then trained his mind and body not to exact revenge, but to ensure that no one would have to feel that pain. His powers, according to DC Comics' website, include exceptional martial arts, combat strategy, inexhaustible wealth, brilliant deductive skill, and advanced technology. He makes it his mission to rid Gotham of crime, and he cannot do that as Bruce Wayne. He creates his alter ego dressed in all black and wearing the infamous black cape. One of the things that make Batman so cool is the fact that he has access to all his own weaponry. Wayne Enterprises is a widespread company, and the one branch that Batman uses most often is Wayne Technologies. He uses this part of the company to both make and improve devices that he has. The most famous of his gadgets is the Batmobile. Starting off as a red sedan, it evolved both with the Batman and with changing car companies, until it became the most recent Batmobile, the Tumbler. Originally designed for the military, it was modified for Bruce Wayne. It is described as a cross between a Lamborghini and a tank. The Tumbler is decked out with 2 front autocannons, a rocket launcher, a fire extinguishing system, is heavily armored in the front, can go into stealth mode, and can eject 2 tires that turn into a motorcycle. Obviously, being a superhero comes with the perks, and the Batmobile is, to me, the most identifiable and the coolest mode of transportation that any superhero has. Another thing that makes Batman so cool is simply his look. Batman has gone through many different looks over the years, starting off dressed in gray, black, and blue. He has developed to the point where he is in all black except for the gold utility belt. He is so dark that it represents in a visual way what the Batman stands up for and stands against. He is not afraid to become darkness in order to expel it. To top off the suit, he dons the cape and mask. This, for me, is one of the biggest reasons that there even is a Batman in the first place. There's so much greed and corruption in Gotham, and Bruce Wayne had to bypass the legal way of doing things because of the amount of corruption with the cops and the judges, and was forced to become Batman. He obviously couldn't do this while showing his face because of the backlash that would happen. If he showed his face as Bruce Wayne, he would never be himself again. He would always have a violent defensive side no matter what the time of day because of the attacks that would come his way. When you take away the costume, the car, the gadgets, the biggest reason that Batman is the best superhero in the world is that he is not actually a superhero. In many debates over the years, the argument always gets brought up that Batman cannot even be considered a superhero because there's nothing superhuman about him. I would agree to a certain extent. Any regular Joe couldn't just be picked up off the street and do the things that Batman does. What makes Batman so unique is that he is human, a human who has trained his mind and body to rid the streets of Gotham from all evil. Scott Snyder, a writer for DC Comics, said it best when he said, "What makes him the most popular hero in the world, if he is that humanity, is that sense of any of us could be Batman, or a version of Batman in that way with a sort of determination and force of will that Bruce Wayne has." Many people have said that Batman is not even a superhero and does not deserve to even be in the runnings for the best superhero of all time. Many people say that Superman is the best because of his amazing physical attributes, or Spider-Man because of his smarts and strength and his ability to heal. Still others say that the best superhero is Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, the Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, or the Hulk. Nobody really says Aquaman, actually, he's kind of lame, but anyways, and the list goes on and on. There are excellent points to be made for all these superheroes who are, without a doubt, superhuman. However, there's one distinction that separates Batman from the rest of the superheroes, and that is that it is possible to be Batman. You see, Batman wasn't born into superhuman physical abilities or given them like Superman, Aquaman, or Green Lantern, nor was he the product of some kind of scientific experiment or accident, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, the Flash, or the Hulk. He worked for it. He made it his goal to not allow what happened to his parents go to waste. In the end, there's no such thing as the Batmobile, and you may not be able to fight crime with your own ability, but there is hope for every comic book nerd, every concerned citizen, and every person out there who just thinks there's something wrong with the world. You can be the Batman, and why wouldn't you want to be? After all, he's the coolest superhero.